please? I feel like somebody has something they want to say to the council. We're gonna get that out of the way first. Is anybody on the list to speak, Ms. Mayor, or do you know?
Nobody has filled out, the paper.
All right, does anybody here have something they want to say about the city or whatever? Okay, we'll move
Thank
on.
you. Is this saying something negative for me? Actually, I thought y'all did really good this week. The only thing I thought that there was communication. I thought everything was handled really well. Well, thank you. I'm not always.
Well, we're glad to have you if you're here just to see what's going on.
Yeah, I always think it's on Tuesday. Miss Sally had posted it today, and I was like, so that's
Okay, thank you for that.
They need to know, so
Yes. Thanks for coming, come back.
I want to be involved. They're
What was
Civic,
your name again? I'm sorry.
Brian Finney. Yeah, I live behind the IGA in the big White House.
Oh.
And the Civic Club, I'd like to meet them at some
That's
point.
tomorrow night, if you wanna come.
Yes, tomorrow at 7 at the school.
Yeah.
Do you know everybody up here?
I'm not just passing, that's about it.
Okay, Ricky Dean,
And as I say, of course,
Pat Hall, Marvin Bryan, Cleveland Shy. He ain't shy, but he got stuff to say. Joy K. Dean, Mr. Larry Williams.
What was your name? I can't hear.
Brian Finney.
Kennedy?
Finney.
Tennessee. He lives on the end of the road,
Oh, Anderson.
at the end of your road.
He's in the White House, you're going out, Forest County.
The last house on the left past is that's so house.
With the privacy fence.
Okay. You can work
Cut that
up there.
big oak tree down.
I do not make it look nice.
Well, welcome.
Okay. Do we have anything else that needs to be brought up before we try to get into the meeting? Okay, that we don't. Can we get a motion to approve the minutes of the last council meeting? Got a motion, now a second.
Second.
All in favor? If you were like I am, you didn't get your books until the day.
No, they got theirs,
They
Friday.
did, and I
I don't know
didn't.
how Kathy didn't give you yours, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Well, I haven't gone through the financials, but the last time, I don't think they've changed that much. We have a motion for approval of the financials. Have a motion, have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, our police chief is, in a conference learning how to be a jailer, how to do it right or either not do it wrong, whatever. I didn't know that till today, but he's not here. Sam, do you have anything that you wanted brought up?
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
Sir?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. We've got somebody that's working part-time, kind of doubling up some of the hours. So if you see somebody strange, that would be KT.
And these are additional, and these are covering hours that they don't normally cover now, is that right? Or-
Well, he's trying to, kind of overlap so we don't end up with overtime hours.
Okay.
Ms. Pat, you got anything to check on the financial? Rick, you might want to touch on the public works side, or you want me to?
I know a little bit more about it, actually, I'll explain it better than I do.
Okay, I'm sure everybody here knows that we have lack of water a time or two lately. We have not figured out why we've had a problem. We are doing several different things to dig out the problem, see if we can figure out what's causing it, but we have actually broken couplers on the main shaft on the new well. We had to bring a pump in, install it in the old well. process of redoing this old well. We're putting a new pump in it. We'll do all the rewiring. They will be able to, that will be a standby well. They've already done all of the,
That goes to show you that everything new isn't better.
That's true.
well, yeah, that's true. We can't prove that it's an electric problem. We don't know.
You don't have an engineer to come in and check it? See what's going on?
We've had everybody except, somebody from Washington DC. But the well driller is standing there looking at it and saying, I've never in 40-something years experienced this. I mean, this is, the man that was working on it, his third generation. They do wells all up and down the East Coast. They were actually rehabbing a well in Albany, and brought some of the equipment from there down here to get it, to help make it work quicker. They went in and put in new parts, cranked it up, and it never did bring water all the way to the top of the ground. And they had to pull it out again. That makes 3 times that all the shafts have been pulled. Now every coupling is brand new. Part of the, or 2 or 3 of the joints of shaft are brand new. Today at lunch, it was running like it should. Georgia Power's come in and put some monitors on it to see if it is power that's causing it. We just don't know. And by all rights, everything that was in that well is at least 1 step above recommendation. So maybe we overdid it, I don't know. We had to back up, go with less, I don't know, but that's where we are right now.
Are the damages caused under warranty, or are they charging us for?
We have never fully accepted the job, so the warranty basically is not started. And my statement the other day to some of the people down there in charge of it was, it ain't fixing to start until we figure out why. Now, that's just me talking. But between me and this man right here, it takes 2 of us signing a check. Both of us have to sign, so if it comes down to it, somebody might not can sign their name. They get cranked real quick. But I feel like that we're protected and they are taking care of the problem for us. They were in here working in the rain, thunder and lightning. It's just like it was life or death. And it, it feels that way. I mean, that's one thing when you go to get a drink of water, you want to run. I mean, we don't want to have to run out the yard and give up mud water or whatever, but we are not sitting back and just waiting. Patrick and I were down there before daylight and right at dark trying to make things work. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were just trying.
I wish one thing the community would understand is when something like that happens, Mr. Marvin is on top of it, always. In anything that this city needs, he is immediately on it. So I don't like having water, not having water and electricity either. But the comments that are bandied about is, why aren't they doing something? Or why is this? Why is that? It don't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes resources. It takes getting people here. Understand that we all use the same water, and we want it just as bad as everybody else. Maybe even more so. So, just, call call in and say, we don't have water if you think we don't know, or they don't know. But if you know they know, let them do their job. They're doing the very, very
Well, I know, you know.
Well, I was fixing to say, anybody that doesn't know this needs to know it. We've got a call set up. When we have a problem,
Yeah,
it's on the phone.
It is.
yeah, they send me, okay, text.
We have people that come up here and say, well, my name's on the list. I didn't read what the text said, or I didn't read the email. Why in the heck have you got it? If you don't have it, it's very simple. Give us a name and a phone number and your name will be on there too. And it's gonna be out there pretty shortly. Any kind of problem is gonna be notified to the public. Everybody here cares. I don't have city water because I spent money to put in a well several years ago. But everybody at this table,
Well, we got
is
to
on
know
city
where to
water.
come once we.
ma'am,
You should have
When
said
ours
that.
shuts down, we all gonna hit, sounds like.
I know where to come.
bring your bucket,
I need to bring my bucket.
bring your bucket, bring your water jug, whatever.
You remember those jugs that we used to have, when we used to
Hey.
have the,
If you needed that bad, you can find me.
those jugs, you know, we used to have to put fuel, you know,
Yeah.
water in it.
And the thing about it is, things happen, and instead of fussing and griping about it, we should be like, okay, what can we do to make it better
That's right.
when this happens again, instead of fussing and griping about it. Now, I love the Positively Pavo page on Facebook, but if it's not gonna be positive and there's negative comments, I would prefer for it to be taken down.
It ain't positive.
Or those comments need to be monitored or something.
Based on facts, maybe.
Yes, because, I mean, I don't want it to be a negative place for people to just, you know, post all these negative things about Pavo.
We can do that.
So I think we need to really look at that and make sure that we're not getting all these negative comments about Pavo.
Facebook, put all your business.
I think some comments can be monitored,
Right.
and, you know,
And there's rules and they,
So,
they need,
yeah,
they know.
we
the
might
rules.
need to, you know, look at that,
Oh, yeah, we can do the.
yeah.
All I said, I put amen for the
That's
comment.
right.
I just put that there because my wife stopped.
Smart.
I was telling the kids about not having them on their record. I was about to get one.
Uh-oh.
But they were saying basically we were
You're
taking money.
gonna get your
and
head
stuff.
skinned, that's what's gonna happen to you.
No, she know not to mess with me
Oh,
when
good.
I'm on a crusade.
Yeah, I know you're here tonight by yourself, she's not here. You forget, all of us have been married at one time or another, Mr. Blair. We all understand. But we got that out of the way. Joe Cave, you got anything on the library and recreation?
No, sir, I don't.
Cleveland, New York, find your copy of it.
No, he's gotta send me another copy of it, I can't find
Okay.
it, I cannot find it. But I did wanna say, is there a way that we can, I know that Tifton has this, and I think Osceola, I know those two towns have it. Is there a way that we can get a sign that says golf cart community? I know those towns have that.
You have to, the state has to.
How do you do that? How do you go about
Because you're
that?
not supposed to be on, state highways.
Right,
You can get a ticket, and in Pavo, you can't get anywhere except your own neighborhood without crossing 33 or 122. But the only ones are going to give you a ticket is the state patrol,
That's
if they wanted to, and, you know.
now I thought at one point we had a crossway.
We tried
I
to
thought.
do that, remember, back when I was city clerk, we tried to do that, and that,
DOT one.
yeah, they won't, they
Because
won't.
it's,
Okay, I know it's two towns that do that, but I just know there's a lot of,
well, I know, is Boston one of them?
I don't know.
Because
that I
they're
don't
set
know.
back off of the highway, see, and so
They
they've got.
probably
I
can.
don't know.
Yeah,
Don't
But
know.
see, yeah, we,
I don't know if they do or not.
now, the only way you could do it, I don't know if there's some way you could petition the state to allow it, but there'd have, well, here's what has to happen, I do remember, just, you have to have crosswalks mark crosswalks and different stuff. I mean, there's rules,
Right,
yeah,
right, that we have to look into.
yeah.
Why don't
I'm
we
not saying
give it
it's
to Jim?
impossible, but back
Yeah,
then,
let's do that.
it was
See what we can
not
do about
cost
that.
effective. But as many lawnmowers and golf carts and all kinds of little, it would be good, it'd be a lot safer.
It would be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all love to do it,
So something we might need to look into.
but when you do it, you just gotta know, you may get a ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing, there's some places in Florida, you better not blow your horn at them. If they would get your tag number, you would get a visit.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because they own that street or that road. You don't leave it as.
Well, if we wanna go look into that further, we
Look
can
into
maybe
it.
give it to Jerome and let him
Look into it.
research it,
Yeah.
come back and tell us
And see if there's
As
something.
things
what we
change.
have to do,
Yeah.
if y'all wanna do it, that's,
Yeah.
you know.
We need to touch on one shade or that.
No, we tabled that till, I was telling her, we tabled that as part of the other project, the overall.
Okay. Miss Mayor, what did we find out about the playground equipment? What
We can sell it to them for $1, but we can't give it away.
we can sell it to the concerned citizen through,
Yes, we do not have to go to auction because its value is less than $500.
Okay.
does that satisfy y'all?
Yes.
The playground equipment that we're replacing? We don't know exactly when that'll be, but hopefully ours is on its way this month.
Might have to
We'll
reinforce.
take care of that when they'll get it up.
We may even pay the dollar for you.
No, they got to pay their own dollar.
I don't have a problem with paying it all.
They don't have to know where it came from. So Mary, have you heard anything about the new stuff coming?
No, I did call him this morning, as a matter of fact, and I asked him if there were any other updates. And he said, as far as he knew, everything was still on schedule. It's supposed to be sometime this month, but he has not given me a specific date.
Okay, we are intending to stay with our millage rate of 2.4, just as it was last year on the taxes. That's a positive that we're not having to go up on it anyway.
Right.
We have a renter down at the schoolhouse that has not paid rent for approximately 2 years. We have sent letters about it. We have not got any feedback. Jerome and I have talked about it. I think he's talked to maybe Ricky and more of the council members. I think it's time that we, cut the lock off the door, put a lock of our own on it, and advertise it for sale.
Well, I have a comment to make,
What's in it?
just information. The project that we're working on, we talked about we need another room. That is right at the back door, that first room. That'd be a perfect place for what we was talking about in the museum type thing. That would be a perfect, if the room's in any kind, I don't want the room how big or anything.
No, I don't think,
But before we rent it, I think we need to look into that.
It's
We
down
need
the
a-
hall by y'all's, by the books.
No, if the double doors here outside,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
first wing over here, is that first door.
Okay.
I mean, the back one.
The back one,
Yeah.
yeah. That first
That
door.
would be the one next to,
It's where Cindy, yeah, that's right,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's that first one.
but I think that's the next step on that. We can't get any returns except the failed is return non-deliverable. 2 or 3 different people think they know where the person is, but that hasn't helped or hasn't worked, so we just need
city maintains that room for our purposes if it works out, before we consider renting it.
Which would be temporary,
Yeah.
because we have this project.
Well, not if we pursue, but yeah, for now, that's enough. That's my motion.
Okay, your second,
I'm second.
all in favor? Okay, we've got a lady over here with a camera tonight. She worked with the Brooklyn Free Press.
Used
as a
to.
reporter
Used
at
to.
one time. She is now in the process of starting a website about Brooks County and the towns in Brooks County, and what we're trying to do and what we're not doing. Well, she's gonna be positive on everything, nothing but positive.
We hope.
Absolutely.
You can lean that direction. But, it's Miss Manning,
It's Miss Manning.
first, first name I can't.
It's Amanda.
Okay,
Um,
Amanda Manning.
Yeah. The website I started up is a news website specifically targeting Brooks County and all the small towns within Brooks County. The news that I put on this website pertains to this area and this area only. I do videos and in case somebody missed a meeting for one of the cities that they live in, for the council members and the mayors or whatever. I also do public hearings, and I do it for the Brooks County commissioners, and Mr. Lee can assess that. I also do videos of events such as y'all's Peacock Festival, as well as pictures, and those go on my website as well. A little bit about whatever festival y'all are putting on at the time. Farmers Market has been on there before. Peacock Festival is on there again for the upcoming next year. Pavo's Haunted House is on there. Yes, honey, I took care of you.
We also have
And a couple of other things.
We have a car show coming up.
Yes, and I spoke with Jimmy about that, and I'm doing a story on that to help her try to get some more support for y'all on that. And then I'll do a story afterwards, plus a video when I come and do a little video of it, report on that. So yes, I'm putting y'all back on the map, so to speak. Along with Morven and Barwick and Dixie down there. A little bit of Quitman, not so much because I'm not going to try and overstep Quitman Free Press too much, but I still want to be able to report stuff that they don't necessarily report on. And that's what I was trying to do with Quitman Free Press before I left there. And now I'm not going to say I'm going to be completely positive on this. This is news, so the good, the bad, and the ugly is going to be on there. But it is what it is. It's $4 for the subscription a month. You have that option for limited income residents. You also have the option of doing it yearly, and it's $52 for the year. I do not do discounts for senior citizens yet. I'm hoping to get it up and going well. And by the first of the year, then I will set a discount for senior citizens as well as first responders and vets. So, crossing my fingers it works and that y'all really enjoy it.
And will be advertising available.
Yes, advertising is available. So if you have something that you want to advertise, classified, I do those as well as just regular ads. And I will work with you on those. So all you have to do is just contact me.
You didn't tell us the name of the site was.
bcnewsandstories.com.
So it's all digital?
It's all digital. And if it can grow like I think it can, I hope to be able to print sometime next year.
And you've already got your pictures that you need, right?
I need y'all's pictures. Oh no, oh no. Y'all gonna actually pose for these pictures.
I tried. Sound like you. I just so not be involved in
Hey, I take good pictures, thank you.
You can only do as good as what you got.
You ain't got a perfect camera for that. All right, I don't know of anything else unless, well, yeah.
Oh, listen here, I wanna ask you about this, I'm sorry, you know, around the park, around the perimeters of the park? You get, are they gonna mow that, or are we?
What'd she say?
Plastic thing, something out that goes around the
Around, you know,
The
the
playground?
ditches, around the
That's
ditch,
going around the new one.
the perimeter, you know,
Yes,
those
ma'am.
around
That's
the-
gonna go around the new one too. They're gonna
We're gonna
redo
use
it.
all of
We're gonna
those
reuse it.
on the new setup.
She's talking about cutting
No,
grass.
she's
I
talking
believe.
about
The grass.
Right,
You need to
Oh,
take
I
that
was talking about
mask
the
off
little
so I
thing,
can hear you.
the thing around the playground
No,
out
I'm
there.
talking about the grass.
I thought I heard her say plastic too.
I
though.
did
I'm
too.
not saying the playground, that'd be fine, I'm just talking about the grass around the, you know, the perimeter, you know, around the edges.
It's not being cut. Now, we can't go out onto that field.
Oh, no, I'm not talking,
All
I'm
we
talking
can
about the
cut
ditch.
is along the
Outside
pavement.
where the ditch is.
Yeah, the outside should be
Well, the ditch,
maintained.
yeah, you know, and I'm
They're
trying to put
cut
stuff
together.
down to kill that stuff on the outside,
Yeah.
and it doesn't kill it, I don't know what it is. It's on the outside of the ditch, not on the ground, something.
Not on the property.
Okay. Well,
In the
we've got
perimeter,
a
is it-
new lawnmower man, so he might be on his way getting there, I don't know. I'll mention it though.
Cause that was being maintained before, wasn't it? I thought so.
Yeah. But I've been putting the grass stuff around it, and you didn't really have to mow it that much, but I can't, this stuff, I don't know what kind of grass that is, that's an ugly grass.
There's some that
Some of
is
it's-
tough.
I can't even pull it.
Roundup doesn't do a whole lot, other than make it just turn yellow. I've got some of that at the house. Okay, we have gotten 2 bids for doors and installation for the rotted out doors that we have at the schoolhouse that are wooden doors. These are metal doors which you cannot buy a commercial wooden outdoor door anymore. They don't make them. You go with metal or you rebuild something.
Okay, what doors are we talking about?
The rental rooms down there, on the outside wings. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because some of them have just been patched, long until there's nothing there to patch.
So you want the metal?
That's the only thing you can put there.
How many of these do we need?
Well, we've got 12 doors altogether.
So you wanting to do them as a group or as we
That's up to y'all.
Where's the money coming from?
What did we find out?
I am trying to get permission to use a Thomas County SPOS.
You know, we were talking
The
about,
Brooks County, he said no.
he still
About the
says no.
recreation.
He says there is state law that says we are not allowed to use that in a different county.
What about the recreation money? That's 4 up there.
That is basically earmarked for the ground.
Yeah, for the
before we do
grounds,
the
it's
gym.
not for
Not
construction.
not for
that.
Mhm.
But there's a Thomas County one that kinda reads like it is, it says construction of facilities. So I'm trying to see if he will let us use it for repairs. We don't need to build a new facility, we need to repair what we have.
We need to replace.
So,
Use that, you tell them to replace, not repair. Sometimes that would matter.
yeah, so I told him we needed to replace the doors down there. So I'm trying to get an okay to use that one, but I don't have it yet.
And which one is that? What year?
Thomas County 17, I believe it was, I was reading.
What's, do you remember how much is it? Here.
400 and something. It's big.
And it's for
Well, it'd be good if we could
2017,
use that.
something, right?
Well, that man is tough on what you can use.
Now, he did say he was gonna try to get the Brooks County ones back on the ballots to change the wording, because he realizes the way it is right now, there's nothing we can do with it.
That's nonsense. So when do we have an answer? Did he give you any idea? You just do it today, or was it?
For the Thomas County spas, that did it today. I just got my note today
Yeah, so
from Brooks County.
we have been waiting a long time.
We've been asking for a long time.
So if we can't use that money, what is our options?
That goes fun.
General fund? I mean, I don't,
General fund? With all this money sitting here,
Yeah,
you know,
I'd rather use it somewhere else.
Yeah,
Right.
I do too.
need to try to,
so I'm trying to get a yes for a splosh. I just can't tell you that I have a yes right now.
understand. So do we need to table it until we have an answer?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you had got an
Yeah.
account right check out of, so.
Yeah.
But if we,
Until he okays it.
I would say though, if we get an answer that looks like we can use one, some SPOS money on the doors, that we should move forward with some of these
Yeah.
doors, because they are falling apart, which is why the one got vandalized so bad, because it was just, I mean, it.
Well, let's do
I mean,
this.
I might get a yes tomorrow. I might get a yes
Yeah.
next week. I don't know.
Let's do this. Let's make a motion that if we can use that money, that it's already agreed upon,
Right.
and we don't have to wait a month for something to happen. So
Okay.
I'll make a motion that if we can use the 2017 SPOS money and to purchase how many doors? 7?
We need 12.
12.
There's 12 down there. That's
12
okay.
total.
12 total, and we have plenty of money, that we do so upon approval.
Everybody's spending it.
So somebody have to second us.
Now, are you going to go ahead and pick your contractor?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I make a motion that we do Manley Construction.
And I will tell you that, Door Products will be the supplier of the doors and hardware.
I knew that, yeah.
That's just
where it
the way
comes
it
from.
is in this area.
That's where it comes from.
We actually had,
But you,
And he would probably do the work anyway, right? So,
that's a toss-up, I don't know.
well,
But, Stone sent somebody out here to look at them. He never called us back. He never talked to my son about the prices or anything else, so.
I mean,
And, I mean, he told Patrick himself, he said, if we put the doors in, we're gonna buy them from Door Products in Tallahassee anyway. But he didn't go as far as to even call the good price.
but I will, let me ask one question. Does he have time to do it manually? Is he gonna have the time
He
to do
says
it?
he will, yes.
Because, we're still waiting.
If he doesn't have time, then it will flip over to Andy's people putting in.
Okay.
He probably will put in a couple of them with Manley because of the way it's got to be done. Not having to tear out everything, that's where the change in original money came in, is the fact they don't have to tear out all of what was there. Put all new back in there. We can use part of what is there now.
All right, we have a motion.
I'll second.
It was already said.
All in favor?
Who said? Oh,
I'm in favor,
I didn't hear.
I'm in favor with the attic on it.
That's right.
I said, I'm in favor with the
You're
attic.
in.
Basically,
Finish the
oh, I'm
motion
sorry, go
next.
ahead.
Lee?
How are you gonna notify the people who rent those units when their doors are gonna be worked on? Because we have our
Because
whole locks
you're
on
one
there.
of them, yes.
Yeah, so.
All right.
I'm sure that-
It's
I don't
on
have a
the,
pass on it.
it's on the bid, but I didn't mention it. They will be all keyed. I mean, there'll be individual door keys.
Okay,
I asked for 3 keys. That way the city can have one if and when they need to get in there for any reason.
okay.
And once we set it up and get ready to do it, we'll have to let all the renters know, bring us your key or either be available on day, whatever, to unlock the door so we can repair.
Cause I know I have two keys for
Right.
my lock.
But see, it's like it is now, if some, the case that we're dealing with here.
Right.
We've got to cut a lock, which is worth something,
Right.
but if you don't fulfill your part of the contract, then you've given up that right, so.
Right.
But we don't wanna start cutting locks.
Also, if you have a window broke or a leak or something happened and
Right.
you can't get a hold of you, then this leaves us unable to take care of it.
Right. I noticed there was a window broken on the first wing on the very end. It
That
broke
is-
and it
That's
then
a
broke.
little bath on the bathroom
That's a
that
bathroom.
aren't being
It's
used.
a bathroom, okay.
But that was
It
part
was
of,
a small hole
It
and
was
it's
smaller
been
back out there.
enlarged, yes.
They finished it.
that was part of that vandalizing that just
Okay.
went on.
Cause I know my windows were broken last year.
That has not been as big a problem in the last year and a half as it was several years ago. They would get broken on a regular basis. We started putting leg sand instead of glass in there, and we still contemplating covering it up. We just haven't got it started yet.
Mr. Cleve, Jerome said that we can get one of those signs for the buggies, whatever you said, as long as they stay off Harris, Jerome said, other than crossing.
Okay,
And that means no four-wheelers, there's a difference between, off-road
okay,
and, golf carts.
okay.
But he said that shouldn't be a problem with that
So as long
sign.
as they stay off 122,
Other
I
than
mean,
if they have to cross.
Harris.
And
If
did
they
he say
cross
anything
it,
about
then
a
it's
crossing?
in.
Okay.
See, before they said we had to designate a place to cross, did he say, I'm sure
I
it's
remember
changed,
that
it's been
being said
20,
too,
it's been
something.
20 years,
No, they
and
don't want
there's a
you.
lot more of them now.
Yeah.
Ask him about that.
He'll be able to tell you more.
Okay.
Yeah. But he says if they're just crossing over it, that's fine, but I see them just flying up and down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
seen
yeah,
four-wheelers
yeah.
flying.
Take the
Yeah.
long roads,
Right.
both ways they can take the back
Right.
roads.
That's another thing, is some golf carts
Yeah.
actually can follow under DOT laws if you have a tag and all the lights on, and some aren't.
Yes, there's rules, but.
I just want people to be aware that,
I mean, really, it's a wonderful thing to be able to use them, especially for the elderly who can't drive anymore, but that, they can ride something like that and drive something like that. And, we're just a small community.
right,
But
exactly.
it is dangerous if you get out on the freeway.
Well,
That is true, but, Mr. Marvin, you know, any update on the exit doors that were torn off of the haunted house park? Because we open in 46 days, have you got an update on when those might be in there?
He told me that they would be here, sadly, I think the 26th or either the 28th of this month.
September?
August.
August? Whoa. Scaring me.
That's a
good.
few weeks.
That's good, we'll be all right. That's good.
Yeah. The biggest problem that they're having, and it's like everybody else, is supply.
Yes. It's hard to get them things.
He's got doors he's had ordered in 3 months, some 4 months. And, feel like a lot of the stuff for the schools down there, they needed them installed last week at least. Some of them they actually are doing while they're in school
Yeah.
because of actually, not getting them. But some of that goes back to, we don't know yet if we're gonna change them or not. Well, yeah, we're gonna change them and it's done tomorrow. That don't work. But, delivery time is a pain and has been the last 2 years. It's slacking off a little bit, not as bad as it was, but it's still slow. But I do know that that is supposed to be on the calendar for the month of August, which ain't much left. I'll take care of it somewhere. I'll get some more boards or whatever.
And we'll unscrew them, and then when they get through running, we'll screw them back up there. It's just a pain, but we can do what we gotta
The
do.
first time.
I think it'll be taken care of unless something glitches in the middle.
It'll be all right.
oh,
Those are fine. Don't you worry, because they run into them anyway, you know, and they're running up the back door.
Mr. Larry, you got anything?
One thing, a lot of the things we talked about tonight, you know, like the kids, I wasn't aware of, but it just seemed right to, you know, follow my conscience and stuff. But a lot of time I did hear, I don't know if y'all can contact me and let me know what we're gonna be talking about as far as stuff off.
This was kind of come together in a hurry on tonight. And we had talked about it, but hadn't gone right down to the line on it.
I think every council member should have been notified of it.
Okay.
Cause I was clueless too.
It's true.
I was clueless too, but I didn't want to, you know, but,
But
yeah,
probably
when
this is not
something
a-
like that
yeah,
happens, I think we all need to be notified of.
We can talk about that in a
Yeah.
private session.
Well, I need to know now, it's gone. I don't need to.
I mean, it wouldn't have, it doesn't look good that we're dumbfounded, like we
Yeah.
don't know what they're talking about. We don't know what they're apologizing for.
Yeah, right.
You know, that just didn't look good. So I totally agree, yeah, everybody needs
But
to
I
know
think the
about
police
something
department and
Well,
whoever was
I
involved
knew-
in did a very good job.
Rick
Yeah.